everybody, I'm Seamus.
I'm Josh.
And I'm Rootsgarn.
And we're playing Fallout 3. And in the previous episodes, we were looking for our dad or something, but now we've decided to stop that, and we're going to go do some DLC.
Yeah, we pretty much said fuck it. Your justifications are not enough for us to continue along this plot line any longer. So last episode, I was almost dead, but I decided to blow up basically every car on the highway because blowing up stuff is cool. Apparently I managed to blow up one of the cars here next to this friendly scavengers camp, and killed the person that I spent all the time meticulously stealing from without their knowledge, and also managed to lodge this bucket into this grate here.
Which
physics.
I think is the highlight so far.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I call this a win.
Best part of the series right here. So now I can take all this stuff without worrying about, you know, karma or anything like that. Not that I really care.
Remember, guys, pickpocketing is evil, but manslaughter is A-okay.
I don't even think I got
fair,
any karma lost from killing them, because I technically didn't kill them.
Yeah, you set off a car that set off a car that set off a car that killed her, so...
You just
this
took
was
grossly
just
irresponsible actions.
Yeah, and if you're being irresponsible was a crime, then your dad would be on death row.
Very true. It kind of runs in the family, really.
Yeah. Oh, you.
Yeah, but I get to
you
use
just
my
robbed your dog.
irresponsibility for the powers of evil and awesome.
Evil,
I like how
good.
it's still showing...
Oh, look, I'm still losing karma. They're dead. I didn't even kill them this time. Give me a break.
Well, yeah, but
think
it'll go to their...
these items...
Josh, these items would go to their heirs.
Their next of kin,
The
who I'm
heirs
sure will be
to
along
the,
any minute now.
Ooh, can I kill them and take their stuff?
I think that would be...
Well, why am I collecting scrap metal?
Wait,
say
you
it's
are
a
taking their
possibility.
stuff.
So
Okay,
really,
so
you're
we're
just, you know,
doing...
you're doing good. You're leaving out the killing them part.
You're cleaning. You're the only person in the entire Wasteland that cleans stuff up. Everybody else just leaves stuff laying around.
That's the new title. Reginald Cuthbert, Human Vacuum Cleaner.
You are the world's cleaning lady.
I see a raider. I see a raider shooting at me.
Now, last episode,
Yeah,
we
this is
talked about how the fact that... Yeah, that's not a winning battle. Last episode, we talked about the fact that Rutsgarn and I do not have Operation Anchorage. In the intervening time, I have run out and gotten it. So now I've played through Operation Anchorage, and I know about it. And not to spoil anything for you, but I don't think it was worth $10. If you're contemplating the purchase, I do not recommend spending that particular $10 at this time. Wow.
Totally worth it.
Alright, so... Now, I have not played Operation Anchorage. I am still blissfully ignorant of what's to come. So, let me ask you, Josh, what are you doing right now? Like, where are we going?
We're going to a subway tunnel so that we can go to another zone where we run into some Brotherhood outcasts. And then stuff happens.
Oh, that begins the DLC. Oh, because we don't have that map marker, so we've got to walk there. Now, this is technically not this is technically the open capital wasteland that we're in now. Like, you don't have to go through subways to get to where we are. And I thought...
I'm pretty sure that the new stuff starts right here.
Oh.
With that door.
Okay, now, I have to wonder, is that door not present in the regular game, or is it locked, or is it just, you know, buried in rubble?
Well, I have
when they
old
added
saves
this,
from my no DLC game from like a year and a half ago. I can go check it out later.
Right,
well,
and then we'll
but
just add that as a comment, maybe.
well, but still, it would show the door. Like, I'm curious what, if you don't have the DLC, what happens when you go to that spot?
Well, obviously they installed the door once they sent out the signal. Wait a minute, is
Probably
this supposed to be like an old signal?
No, it's being broadcast now for help. I think it's supposed to be from Outcast members to other Outcast members. And then we, being idiots, decide, hey, let's go and allow ourselves to be abused by the Outcasts, because that sounds like a fun and profitable way to spend time.
On the upside, the Outcasts
This
are
sounds
still
like
better
my
than,
business.
still way better than the current Brotherhood of Steel in this game, which I guess we'll get to later when we actually meet them.
I mean, these guys are ruder to you. I mean, they are, like, really... And this is something I don't like that they changed about the Brotherhood. This is supposedly the true Brotherhood, dedicated to the goals of technology preservation. Now, in the original game, they were just standoffish, kind of neutral, secret. You know, they didn't interject themselves into society, but they weren't aggressive. I mean, they didn't hate locals. They just didn't have anything to do with them. And now, every time you run into them...
Well, actually, they sold them stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, so they even did business with them, and now when you run into them in the Wasteland, they're like, shouldn't you be banging some rocks together? They talk to you like you're some tribal, and they, you know, openly and offensively just, like, try and pick a fight with you.
I hear
here's my question. So they're making these communiques over apparently just an open channel. Anybody can hear them. There are tons of ham radios in the game, and the Brotherhood have tons of enemies who can operate ham radios. I mean, especially the Outcasts.
So that guy saw me for about half a second and immediately surmised that I was not a Brotherhood outcast and should not be here, and that I should help them fight the super mutants if I wanted to stick around.
Hey, you're not one of us. You're a jerk. And if you want to stick around this wasteland, you're gonna have to help us accomplish our objectives. He's a salesman, that one.
Yeah, and just a little FYI, no matter how much you help them, in fact, the more you help them, the ruder they get. They are jerks to you now. They will continue being jerks to you. It's almost like whoever designed this DLC is like, the player is going to want to get through this without pissing off the outcasts. So let's taunt them with that by making them want to shoot these outcasts.
Hey, you know, for the sake of hilarity, should I actually not try to kill the outcasts until the end?
I suggest so, yeah. I suggest waiting until the end. I'm playing a good character, and after the DLC,
oh, what the fuck?
I killed them.
So,
Are they fighting?
So much
What?
for that.
Apparently the Outcasts heard your plan. See, this is an all-talk server, Josh.
Oh. Great.
They're not prepared for your grenade spam.
This is really not working as well as I would like it to.
Yeah, this is going to be really hard to fight the super mutants and the outcasts. And it's going to take a lot
Here,
longer.
watch me lay mines.
No,
chase me, you fools.
If you want to be really sneaky, the equivalent of reverse pickpocketing grenades for landmines is, you throw it at them, and they think it's a frisbee. Dog meat, it's kind of a problem with him, though.
What, did they blow up all my mines and take that little damage?
Yeah, this is really
I
frustrating.
should not
these guys
be fighting these guys at this level.
Yeah, and they're just eating up all your resources.
My frag grenades are defeated by a staircase.
Oh,
what?
I thought you just used
no
frag mines and vats. Is that
that would be pretty cool, but I don't think that can actually happen.
I've never tried it. Huh. Wait, time out, guys. Just gotta eat my lunch, you know.
Yeah, this is why I'm so nonchalant about what happens to my health, because I can just immediately pause the game and heal up to full. Holy shit, everything is trying to kill me.
Just devour this 12-course buffet of horrible junk food and murdered insects.
Chug 3 sodas. I liked when you did that.
Finally!
I gotta say, when I played this game...
Do I have a minigun?
When I first played this game back about a year ago, I was like, you know, I don't think I could stomach the idea of running around just eating desiccated cockroaches to survive. But, you know, now I'm like, eat storm food.
You know, I did that on a lot of my playthroughs too. Like, I would avoid eating insects and raw meat. But yeah, once you get...
What do you mean I've lost karma? They're trying to kill me!
Well, I think when you blew up the town of Megaton, I think you took all the karma damage you need to worry about.
Yeah, I mean, not that I care about my karma, but whoa. That was pretty badass. I don't know what just happened, but I didn't do it.
Yeah, I'm really not sure what just happened. You weren't even in that, were you?
No. Okay, this missile launcher sucks ass. Let's get something that's... Grenades, you have never failed me. Except for all the times when you missed in vats and fell under a bridge.
Or the time it took like 6 of them to even mildly annoy these guys, which was 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, I mean, that was kind of because of them being power armor wearing people and me throwing frag grenades at them, but if I had plasma grenade...
Now, okay, you're gonna have to bear with me here, because I haven't played Operation Anchorage, and I'm looking at this kind of fuzzy stream, but are those different models for the super mutants?
No.
No. These are just the same super mutants as normal.
I guess that makes sense.
Get up there to fight the super mutant dude that is trying to kill... Is he even, like... Where'd he go?
Accessible?
Now here's a question about the outcasts.
The building collapsed in the first place.
Waiting for someone to bring him a ladder. A thing about the outcasts, why is their armor black? I mean, supposedly they are the Brotherhood of Steel, a paramilitary organization. It's just that, they're a splinter faction. But why is their armor, like, dirty?
Yeah, I mean, that's not a matter of, oh, we're rebels, we're outcasts. That's a matter of armor maintenance. I mean, this is sensitive electronics here. Or, I mean, I don't know if electronics per se, but, you know.
It's machinery, yeah, I mean... This is not a very military thing to... Oh, well, screw it, we broke off from the main thing, and so we're not going to clean our armor anymore. Like, what, did the other Brotherhood guys get all the armor polish?
They've also stopped maintaining their weaponry and changing their undershirts.
So those guns aren't shooting at me, that's a good sign. And these guys show up green on the radar. Where the fuck are they? Hello?
Brush their teeth on it.
Oh, they are showing up green on the radar.
I mean, I guess with the... Oh, it's just turrets. I guess maybe I killed the guys that were going to let me... I'll get in there. It'll be fine. I'll find some way around.
Yeah,
I mean, the super mutant using his minigun while I'm hitting him with a sledgehammer.
I haven't actually played up.
Now what the fuck is shooting me?
Coming in there from a slack-jawed, new perspective. What do we actually have to do here?
The plot is... Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah. Tell me to go ahead and then you talk. It's confusing.
I meant, you know what, I realized I had said that confusingly. I meant go ahead and play, because I didn't want you to have to stop
playing okay.
while you explained it. Operation Anchorage, they're calling for help because they want to open a door. This is what I love. The entire Operation Anchorage mission is a giant quest to open a door, which I have complained about that for years. This is like my pet peeve with RPGs is, oh, here's a metal door. We can't possibly open it in any way with all our weapons and power armor and tools and machinery. I guess we'll have to do this computer simulation.
And that was originally like Neverwinter Nights, but since then it's become like an abstract concept. Okay,
pop
like
quiz.
The impassable door, but
Quick.
now here it is.
Yeah, quick, pop quiz. Do you think this guy is a bad guy or a good guy?
Let's go see the boss.
And do you think he will betray anyone in the future?
I don't know, but I think his voice sounds stupid.
Yeah, I realize it's really ambiguous there because he's got this evil, gravelly voice. He's really confrontational, and he's going to fight constantly with his superior officer. So it's hard to tell where they're going with this character.
Yeah. You know, I'm going to hedge my bet and say anti-hero.
Yeah, so
if I stand in front of him, he can.
So anyway, around here is a door they can't open. They need someone to run the Operation Anchorage computer simulation. And then once you win the simulation, it will open the armory. And that is the only way to open the armory.
Doesn't seem like the door would just... I mean, what would happen if you think that they cut the power? It might, you know, actually I guess practically it might
door would stay closed
sealed then. Yeah. Well,
so I guess I'm trying to make nice to these guys for a change, so we can demonstrate how much of a jerk they are later.
You help me out.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, they are jerks to you. You've got the Pip-Boy on your arm. I'm sort of summarizing what he's already saying. You've got this Pip-Boy on your arm, and it gives you the neural interface to this. Basically, we're going into the Matrix.
You're in my house, reject. You do well to remember that. Now shut up and listen. This could be worth your while.
A device.
Yeah, you notice Josh is being nice to him, and he's being a complete.
Well, I actually was being somewhat not nice there. I can't be totally nice on this guy. I'd ruin my reputation.
Yeah, still, these guys are very abrasive. I was very nice to them the whole time, and they did nothing but treat me like some savage, and degrade me the entire time. And not to spoil anything, but even when you get through this, they are still treating you like a savage. You will never get their respect. Which, you know what? At least I'm wearing clean armor here, buddy. Look at that stuff.
So, wait a minute. Pip-Boy. Are they trying to suggest that the Pip-Boy is in any way related to your neural functioning? It's basically like a wristwatch.
That's what I thought too, but they actually say, one of them, if you say, well, why do you need me so bad? And she's like, well, it's either this or we cut your arm off. Like,
how about, or I take it off and hand it to you?
No. So apparently you can't take off the Pip-Boy that we've been wearing since we were 10. I hate to see what the skin looks like under there. I sure as hell hope the thing is waterproof,
or else you probably smell pretty ripe by now.
Put this on. Get in the chair, and we'll run the simulation.
Yeah, I'd also like to note that the simulation is, and I quote, has the safeties off. So I guess they actually made these things with the intent that if you wanted to, you could put someone in there, and if they died in the simulation, they die in real life. How does that make any sense?
Yeah, so the Brotherhood here is
you're just one more liability.
Liability with the only computer that can get into the damn door.
Okay, let's a point of consideration here. Did they really need that? That if you die in the simulation, you die in real life? I mean, because, you know, reloading in the game, would that really be much different than reloading in real life? I mean, either you're going to load a previous save by hitting F9, or they're just going to take you out and put you back in. It's functionally
just take you back to the, just take you back to the last checkpoint or something. Well, here you go. You're getting into the simulation, and you've got to get through all of this so that they can get into the armory. Now, keep in mind, these guys special in technology. That's why they exist. The goal of the Brotherhood of Steel is to discover and advance the pre-war technology and discover new technology. And here they are. They can't even open a door They can't duplicate the functionality of a Pip-Boy, and they can't turn the safeties on.
Better yet, they don't have a Pip-Boy lying around. Because,
Yeah.
those things are real rare, what with, the vaults that have been opened, the dead Wastelanders. I'm pretty sure I can name at least a couple NPCs you can either kill or that are already dead that have Pip-Boys on their arms. Seems like they'd acquire one at some point.
Although maybe we shouldn't fault them for not being able to open a door when they can't even clean their own armor. But here we are, we're in the simulation now, we're in Anchorage, Alaska. Look, it looks exactly like Alaska. I don't know if you guys have ever been to Alaska, but Alaska is just basically a giant serpentine cliff. That's all that's there, really. Hundreds and hundreds of feet tall cliffs covered in snow. Yeah, and the guy
Can I just go ahead and ensure that this is going to remain a Sarah Palin joke-free zone?
Agreed.
Okay. Continue.
And that guy we just passed back there, I meant to point it out when we got to him. He has a very similar face and the exact same voice as Butch. If you remember Butch from episode 2, who led the tunnel snakes, and we saved his mom by giving him a BB gun. As soon as we meet up with him, I'm like, hey, it's Butch! So this is very disorienting for me to be teaming up with Butch to save Alaska from the Chinese communists in a computer simulation so we can open a door.
I don't want any of these, so I'll take strength +1.
Yes, you can't go wrong. Carry more stuff. Now here's where things really go off the rail. What I was saying earlier is I didn't want to spoil my thoughts on this. I have a lot to say on this DLC, and I'm sure you've figured it out by now. They're all negative. If you've had trouble stomaching our complaints about Fallout 3 before now, you are just in for a world of hurt, because this is going to be nothing but bitching and moaning on my part after playing through this. In fact, I almost wish I could recant some of my earlier complaints so that my complaints now would have more force behind them, because now it's just going to sound like additional
whinging. Josh.
No.
Yeah, you killed him like that, now his body's all the way down there.
Oh yeah, it really sucks to Okay, this is me going melee for no apparent reason. Really sucks that I can't loot his body now.
Yeah.
Going melee for no reason except the reason that you're a melee character?
No, that was... except... oh no! His body disappeared!
Yeah, there is no looting. There is no looting of corpses in this DLC, because it's not the real world. There's nothing to get, no items, no selling, no dragging. So that's like, we've said before, that's like half this game, is looting and leveling. The foes are all auto-leveled. You could do this DLC at level 2, you can do it at level 29. And it's not like it'll be super easy or super hard. So, auto-leveling, and we all remember how popular that was. No looting, no shops, all those skill points you've allocated throughout the game for lock-picking and speech checking people, none of that applies, because this is just fighting. And this DLC turned Fallout 3 into a straightforward shooter.
And it's really bad at being a shooter.
Yeah, seriously.
You got your health pickups, infinite health if you have a dispenser. Oh hey, now I have a sniper rifle.
As a shooter, it always felt kind of clunky to me. Just, with the way NPCs move, just, with how targeting works, with the squirrely AI. I mean, it really felt like the worst excesses of RPG combat, with guns.
Right, this was not a game with highly polished shooter mechanics. It had passable and it had pretty good shooter mechanics for an RPG, but as soon as it stops being an RPG, in that, there's no more skill checks, there's no more... I mean, you can level up, but it doesn't matter because all the enemies level up. So leveling is completely irrelevant. Your skill points are irrelevant. Your inventory is irrelevant. And there's no, you know, there's no side quests or multiple ways through. It's just run through, gun people down.
Where did you guys come from?
I also like how sort of the whole stealth thing was discarded.
Well, I only had one stealth boy. This is the worst gun in the game, by the way.
Well, yeah, but I mean, oh yeah, the sniper rifle. Well, yeah, but I mean, if you think about it, you were only given one stealth boy. Did it not occur to you that maybe you need more if you're going on the solo mission to kill all of the Chinese soldiers that exist?
Yeah, I like the sniper rifle, but I like it close up. Like, it's a pretty good weapon to use at like medium range, like across the room. You ding somebody with a headshot and drop them.
Yeah, this is also not a particularly good DLC for melee characters because, as you can see, they're all attacking me from far away.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing. Well, this is just.
I don't even know why I'm trying with this.
This is turning into a litany. But if you, like, my character was speech-based, stealth-based, energy weapon-based. I had no points in small weapons. So this was really ridiculously hard because it doesn't give you anything. This is, like you can see, no melee weapons. It's all distance fighting with small guns. Like, if you haven't put points into small guns, this is going to be ridiculously hard. So, after removing all the RPG elements, it punishes you heavily for doing anything other than a small guns build.
Moving on to sort of another aspect of criticizing this, let's examine this as a simulation. You've got one person, you know, this is supposed to be a simulation of actual combat against the Chinese invasion. You've got one person being sent out with not ample resources against basically an entire army with periodic health dispensers, which, you know, you'd think if those actually existed back then, there'd still be a few lying around.
Why don't you just pick that up and put it on your back?
So really, if you think about it, the one thing that this has to do with an actual war is that you can get killed in it permanently.
Yeah, what does this teach you? This teaches people that the army will send you into battle completely outgunned and unprepared. And
that you'll die a lot. You know, that's the kind of thing that will make me defect. I don't know about you guys. It seems like they got more guys. Better positions, better weapons.
Yes.
Yeah, Chinese are looking pretty attractive to me right now.
Yes, sir. This simulation taught me a great deal. Taught me I joined up with the wrong side.
They got health dispensers.
To be that guy in the shoe.
Why don't we have health dispensers?
You do get an energy weapon. You get the Gauss rifle.
Technically not an energy weapon.
Oh, it's not.
I think it might be rated as an energy weapon, but it's a Gauss rifle.
No, yeah.
It's a coil gun.
Yeah, but it uses
energy weapons.
Right. I meant in terms of the game because it uses microfusion cells. So it's even ambiguous what it uses. But the gun itself, you know, I'm patched up to the latest. And the gun itself is wonky and broken. It will shoot through people in vats, or no, outside of vats. If you just walk up, point blank somebody in the chest at close range, sometimes it'll drop them right like Josh just did, and sometimes it'll hit the wall behind them over and over again. And you'll have to, like, change positions in order to get the rifle to start hitting people again.
All the criticals on it are messed up in VATS. Sneak attack criticals will do the exact same damage as a normal hit. So yeah, it's really messed up.
And it's got no ammo. So again, if you're an energy-based person, you're not going to be able to rely on this weapon.
God damn, this place is swarming.
Oh, it's Butch again.
I almost didn't make it.
Where did he come from?
Yeah, I almost bought it out on the cliff.
From the pipe above us.
Reds were so handy with a sniper.
Seems like that would have been a good route for you to have taken. And he's
Yeah,
got a
he
gun.
climbed up the
Get the hell
rock
out of this
wall
place.
earlier. You know, I wanted to comment on that, but we
I got
kind of
you.
ran by it. He climbs the rock wall, and against all Bethesda trends, it's a pretty cool animation of him climbing rocks.
Watch your step.
I was like, oh, that looks really good. It doesn't look all stiff and stilted like a lot of their stuff does.
They must have outsourced it.
Yeah, I was, and seeing him drop from the ceiling, that was kind of cool too. He's got cool animations, not $10 worth of cool animations, but you know.
What the fuck sees me? How did you see me from
Yeah,
all the way
and
down there while I'm
that's the other
sneaking?
thing. Bethesda actually had custom animations for things that would only happen once or twice. That's something that never happens.
Wow, I
Yeah,
am
really.
doing really well with this gun.
I know, I'm sort
Way
of
better
feeling
than I
like,
normally do. I'm waiting for it to just shoot through someone 3 times, and that hasn't happened yet.
I know, everybody's gonna think I'm a liar, or, oh, Seamus, you're just looking for things to complain about. Which, I mean, is probably true when it comes to this DLC, because I was really mad and disappointed at how it worked, but,
I'll die a happy way.
yeah.
Oh,
Eventually we will
another-
see the Gauss rifle malfunction.
Apparently this is very
Time
important.
to
by the
maul
way.
you with a knife.
Sid's room is 4 Sids long, and this information comes to you by way of the first 5 California ad that I've been forced to watch 7 times since we began this recording.
Do we even know what that
thank
ad
you
is
so much
about?
live stream.
Here's a little
I think the message is teach your kids science, maybe? Oh no.
Teach your kids
No, I
how to
think it's teaching-
improvise measurement. Wow.
It's taught me to hate children.
I think it's teaching that science is bad, and that you should not teach your children science. I think that's the message.
over there. Over there.
Oh, it's against the metric system. There we go.
Science
Ah,
is the
fuck.
work of the devil.
Was that supposed to be the Chinese
Yes, I am.
speaking there? That's a
Yeah.
hell of a Chinese accent right there.
Yeah, they're Chinese guys talking, sound like Caucasian Americans trying to read the backs of fortune cookies.
Which, you know, since this is an army simulation, kind of makes sense.
It does.
So actually, yeah, props for that, Bethesda. You succeeded at being racist.
Your terrible voiceover work actually came in handy for once.
Here's one of the choices we get. This is one of the very few branching paths. This is one of the nuanced choices we're offered. Do you want to assault this bunker head on, or do you want to make a
Yeah,
right
fuck that.
here and circle around?
To assault it head on from another angle.
Yes, exactly. You ninja'd me. You don't even own this DLC, and you knew it was coming.
Well, I mean, obviously, if you went the other way and you didn't assault the bunker head on, you'd be doing something besides assaulting a bunker head on, and that's just not a worthy leisure time activity.
And
As
some of that
evidenced by the
content
last
might go to waste.
10,000 FPS games that were released recently.
You know, that actually didn't do much.
You know, it'd be one thing if this was like a sequel to Fallout 3 and they were trying to entice gamers who were more into first-person shooters. Like, okay, most people didn't buy
Yeah.
our Fallout 3 thing, so let's make the new one a little more FPS oriented. This is marketed only towards people who own Fallout 3. So RPG / FPS enthusiasts. Apparently they decided that they just wanted a worse version of every other military shooter that was on the market.
Yeah, this was their first DLC, and this is like ignoring everything people had said about the game, everything that people had wanted from the game. There is nothing, you know, really Fallout-ish about this. I mean, we've just completely left the Fallout setting behind, and now we're just playing Captain Rambo liberates Alaska.
We're playing
from
a
the
video
Chinese.
game. In a video game.
I'm calling it right
Yeah.
now, on the note of this being the first Fallout DLC, I'm calling it right now. They open up the armory, and it's full of nothing but horse armor.
Oh god, that would be too good.
And they don't even give you a horse until the next DLC.
That's the next DLC. Actually having horses. You thought it
Motorcycle
couldn't get worse,
decals.
didn't you? There actually is a fan-made mod for motorcycles. It's terrible.
That would be cool.
I didn't actually play it myself, but it basically got to the stage where you would sort of be animated standing in a way that looked like you were kind of sitting on the motorcycle, and then the motorcycle would just sort of be this free-floating thing that could move in any direction at any speed and phase through solid objects.
Where'd he go? Where did the guy I was shooting grenades at go? He was standing right here. Where? What? I demand an explanation.
I love how you got that grenade to go behind that crate where it would be no danger to anyone. That was a perfect shot.
That was a trick shot right there.
Yeah, you angled and banked it off
What the fuck is shooting at me?
That's what makes you a good demo man.
I am so disoriented right now.
Remember, soldiers, this is an effective strategy in an actual war. Run around, off on your own, through dimly lit bunkers, always running the exact opposite direction from the people shooting at you.
Is there like a dispenser around here, or...?
Our weapons suck. Acquire one of the enemies at your earliest convenience. We take the Doom approach to invasions.
That was the most worthless bats attack I've ever done.
A pistol and a knife, and let their armory expand from what they find lying around enemy bases.
It's like Duke Nukem is controlling all the purse strings.
Actually, you know what this DLC reminds me of?
Because
there's weapons lying around that you're not allowed to take weapons off of bodies, but you're allowed to take them from special spots where they're lying around. This reminds me of Call of Cthulhu, Dark Corners of the Earth, because it did the exact same thing.
I just want to do a plug for Rutskarn's Call of Cthulhu series. If you have not read it, you are missing out. As much as we complain about Fallout, this plot that in Fallout is Shakespeare compared to what we get in that game. I can't even do it justice. I can't even do it justice in a summary. You just gotta read it. Claude of Cthulhu. It's awesome.
Yeah, although I'm actually trying to bring that to a close, hopefully in the next few weeks. This series got longer than I intended it to because there's so many stupid things wrong with this storyline.
So these are Chimera tanks. These are things that are giving our soldier buddies a lot of trouble. And later you learn that the backstory of these things is that they're built out of mining excavation rigs. And these are a serious threat to our military. They are building them here in Anchorage. Tanks made out of basically improvised mining or some other type of heavy lifting rig. And that is causing us major problems.
Well, you know, for an army that can only field one guy with a knife, you know, that would be pretty daunting.
Very true. It appears that the Chinese military's role model is the Killdozer guy.
I mean, yeah, they have
reference.
Yeah, they have tanks made from mining equipment, but we've got a guy with a knife and Butch, a greaser.
Yep, I could lockpick that door and get some a thing. Like if you collect all 10 intel suitcases, stop shooting at me. I'm trying to get grenades. All 10 intel suitcases, you get like some bonus at the end of the simulation, but I don't care. Plus I've missed 2 of them already.
In addition to scavenging all of your ammunition, weaponry, and health,
yeah, they're right there.
Resources, you're also expected to lug around 10 suitcases on your back?
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Although at this point, it's more like we're just making fun of general first-person shooter tropes.
Yeah, I mean, really, that is where we are at this with this series at this point, because that's what we're doing.
What the fuck is shooting at me now?
if I had to guess...
Stop being difficult to see!
You know, I did actually play the first Modern Warfare for the first time recently, and I gotta say, this is pretty much reminds me visually exactly of the last few levels of that game. It's like the shaking building, you know, the...
Oh, yeah, the nuclear silo.
I mean, that's...
And the rest of that game is pretty
I guess I'm not
cool.
saying that, like, Modern Warfare is the first game to ever do that, but, you know...
Oh no, I'm sure it's the first.
No, I'm pretty sure that was Wolfenstein.
My point is that this is not exactly treading dangerous new waters here.
Yeah, it just does baffle me, the decisions they made that led to this DLC. That basically stripped out, like, after all the piss this game took over its deviations from Fallout lore, oh, it's too much of a shooter, like, everything that its critics hated, they, like, exaggerated. And I just can't imagine what line of thinking led to the creation of this DLC. Like, did they make this DLC out of spite? Did they do it because they really, really hated the original Fallout fans and they wanted to punish them?
Yeah, you know, I was
you were a
worried going
ninja,
in, like,
Josh.
oh man, I'm gonna have nothing to
Wow,
comment on.
I
There
picked that
is nothing
door
to
so I could
comment
pick
on.
up a note that I'm not going to read.
What were you saying,
just
Red
running
Star?
around. I was saying I was worried going in that, you know, I haven't played this game, that I'm not gonna be able to comment on anything. There's just nothing to comment on.
No,
Pretty
You're running
much.
down a corridor, you see a foreign guy, you shoot the foreign guy. That's what you've been doing for the past
Is he speaking
15
English?
minutes.
If he's not speaking English, you shoot him.
Like, you can tell just by the way I'm playing that I am incredibly apathetic towards this part of the DLC.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we don't want to try and stealth our way through this and do it right, because it would just make it take longer.
Stealth?
Kind
Is
of
that
trying to
even
do
an
this in
option?
2 episodes.
Yeah, well, you
well,
get that
I have
first
like 2
attack.
stealth boys.
You know, I kind of stealth through it, meaning you crouch,
here we
you
go.
get that sneak attack and put one person down, and then you fight
Check these
everybody
guys out.
else.
They have stealth boys. Well, not
Wait, I'm
technically.
losing track. Is the sergeant guy still falling around? I can't
Yeah,
actually
he's-
visually tell
he's
because
right there.
I'm currently staring at Sid.
Whoa!
You know, I would be angrier at Sid the Science Kid, but so far he's been the only variety of the past 20 minutes, so...
Yeah.
Come back
Well,
here,
I guess
damn
one
it.
thing is Bethesda should hire him.
And and these stealth suits, this will be one of the rewards for the DLC. I will say something about this stealth suit. You get it. It's one of those broken munchkin items that they love to give you in DLC. When you crouch, you turn invisible. So it makes sneaking super, super easy.
Yeah, it's basically a infinite use stealth boy. It's not quite as good,
Which is great if you've
it's
like
good
already
enough.
if you've already put a bunch of points into maximizing stealth, so that the suit is basically useless. That's another way you could punish people that didn't go the straight shooter route and went for like speechcraft and stealth, is to give them an item that gives them more of what they already have and don't need.
And you know, interestingly, you could do that in Morrowind and Oblivion in a sense. You could create not one item, but just a suite of items that maximized Chameleon, so that even if you had no experience with stealth of any kind, you could permanently become invisible, and nothing you would do would break invisibility. If you attack people, they would literally have no way of fighting back.
Alright, I'm thinking this is a good place to call it.
Probably. How long's it even been?
About half an hour.
So what, we're probably like 3/4 of the way done with this DLC?
Oh, your optimism is so adorable. Your foolish optimism is really adorable and endearing.
Well, I mean, you know, it's not optimism if I'd paid $10 for it necessarily.
Yeah, who would pay for this? I pity the poor slob that would pay for this.
Yeah. All right.
Alright,
So
Everyone's complaining about how short DLCs are. You know, I think that would actually be preferable. If this were shorter. Less of this. That I would pay money for that.
Alright, tune in next time when you will hear us bitch and moan until your ears bleed and you hate us and want us to die. See ya!